Today we are making the best baked Southern macaroni and cheese. Let's get right into it. Hi y'all, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Sugar Free Soul. Today we are going to be making my famous baked macaroni and cheese. It is so easy to make, it is delicious, it's creamy, it's got all the components that you will love in your mac and cheese. So I'm gonna just go into the ingredients that I am gonna use for the macaroni and cheese. I am gonna use a 16-ounce box of large macaroni noodles. I love large macaroni noodles because it's what my mom used, and she always said the bigger the noodle, the better the macaroni and cheese. So I'm gonna use a 16-ounce box of large macaroni. I'm gonna use 1 can of evaporated milk, pep milk. I'm gonna use 1 carton of heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna use 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna use a tablespoon of, I'm using gluten-free flour, but if you're not gluten-free, just use a tablespoon of flour. I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon of onion powder. I am also going to use 8-ounce bags of 3 cheeses. I am going to use an 8-ounce bag of mild cheddar, an 8-ounce bag of Colby Jack cheese, and also an 8-ounce bag of sharp cheddar. Now in my fridge, I have leftover, it's about 4 ounces of sharp cheddar that it's on a block. So I grated that and I'm gonna use that to top my macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of smoked paprika on the top. And that's it for the ingredients. I cannot wait to go into the steps. So keep watching and I'll show you how I put it together. Preheat your oven to 350. I have 64 ounces of water in a large pot to boil, and you want to add salt generously. I'm using sea salt, doesn't matter what kind of salt. I'm going to turn on your eye and bring this to a boil. Once the water is boiling, you can add your large elbow macaroni. If you're not hip to this, the larger the noodle, the better the mac and cheese. So we're just gonna boil this pasta until it is al dente. Okay, so the pasta has been boiling now for about 4 minutes, and I'm looking at this and I'm touching it. Oh, I dropped one. But I'm gonna take this out now because remember, it's gonna cook in the oven for another 30 minutes and we don't want mushy macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna drain the noodles in a colander and then we'll start on the cheese sauce. Now I'm gonna make the roux. To start it, I'm gonna use 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're gonna go ahead and we added our 3 tablespoons of butter. Now I'm gonna add my teaspoon. Oops, my bad. It's really a tablespoon of gluten-free flour. And we're gonna make a roux. Let's start. I love this gluten-free flour. It's really smooth and it makes a really creamy cheese sauce. Now some people don't like this. I like mine to get a little dark. I don't know why. I like a little bit of darkness to my cheese sauce. Just mix that in with the carnation, the evaporated milk. Just stir it, make sure it's not sticking. And then we're gonna add 1 pint of heavy whipping cream. I'm using the whole entire pint. Mixing at the start of the cheese sauce, I'm mixing the roux and the milk. I wanna show you guys the Velveeta fresh pack. These are so nice, you guys. Look, they have this little peel on them where they just peel and you could just go right around them. They're so easy to use. So I'm gonna just add the Velveeta. Now you could just use a butter knife. This is so soft because it's a processed cheese, but this, you can't miss this step. This will make the cheese sauce so creamy. But do not use more than a small block of that, because if you do, it's gonna be like a brick. And you want it to be creamy. You don't want it to be like stiff. You want a nice cream sauce. Once that's in, we're just gonna go ahead, look at this. And we're just gonna keep stirring it until the Velveeta is well melted. First, we're gonna add a bag of medium cheddar cheese. Next, we're gonna add an 8-ounce bag of Colby Jack shredded cheese. And we're just gonna add that to our cheese mixture. Then we wanna add in an 8-ounce bag of sharp cheddar. Just sprinkle that in, oops. And repeat the step of stirring this and blending this. Teaspoon.
Is that the onion powder?
Yeah, this is the onion powder. And this is where I turn off the cheese sauce and I add, you all know, in honor of my mom, I gotta add this Lori seasoned pepper. You don't have to add this if you don't want to, but you can just add some coarse black pepper. Blend that together very well. Look at how creamy this is, you all. It looks amazing already. So just blend in that pepper. And I just put just a little bit of salt. Add it to taste, but we don't need a lot. Now I just add the noodles back to the pot that I cooked them in. I never mix my macaroni in the casserole dish that I'm going to bake it in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add this amazing cheese sauce,
liquid gold,
to the large macaroni. Let me get a wooden spoon to mix. Now we're just gonna fold in our macaroni noodles with the cheese sauce and just continuously do this until it is well blended. It's gonna take some time, but just fold in the macaroni. Blend that together very well. Look at how creamy this is, you all. It looks amazing already. So just blend in that pepper. Next, you want to take some cooking oil of your choice. I'm using avocado oil, and spray your baking dish so it won't stick. Then we're going to add half of the macaroni and cheese mixture. Move that around and smooth it out. And then you are going to take some mild cheddar and just sprinkle that over the half of the mixture. Add the rest of the macaroni and cheese mixture to your casserole dish. Then you just want to spread it out really neatly. Careful not to hit the sides. We don't want it to look burned because you can serve this. Sprinkle it with sharp cheddar. Add smoked paprika. Okay, we're gonna put this in the oven. I'm just gonna cover this up with foil. So about at the halfway mark, at about the 15-minute mark, you want to take it out and uncover it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this back in the oven for 15 minutes. We're gonna get into it. Look at it, you guys. The best baked mac and cheese you will ever taste.
Oh yeah, that's bubbly.
Hi, please click like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like them, please subscribe to the channel. If you are gluten-free like me, because that recipe is a traditional macaroni and cheese recipe. So what do you do if you're gluten-free? You make the cheese sauce as directed, save some to the side, and you can boil some of your favorite gluten-free pastas. I love big green organic pastas. they have this rotini. It's made out of millet, and they also have a macaroni that is made out of millet. It is non-GMO. It is just awesome. I love this brand. So you can save the cheese sauce to the side, boil you up some of your favorite gluten-free pasta, and then you can just kind of put it in like a little small like baking dish for yourself so that you can have your gluten-free version. Or if you have a couple people that are gluten-free, you can use a little bit bigger container for your gluten-free pasta. You can make it up, you can divide it in half, you can freeze it, it freezes well, and then you can heat it up. So I hope this helps. I look forward to the next time when you tune in with me for another episode of Sugar Free Soul, where I will be cooking and creating something special. In the meantime, remember to be kind to your mind, but most importantly, be kind to one another. Bye.